people think the winner of this game may be playing at Lucas Oil Stadium. Chatard Trojans, who are number 3 in Class 4A.
The number 2 ranked Lafayette Jeff Broncos will
Welcome in here from the Crossroads Sports Network. I'm Carson Falk, joined by Sean Mitchell, and we are excited. High school football is back.
We waited all summer, all the posts. They were 100 days, 75 days, 50 days. But tonight, it's the night. We're gonna play some football. We got the number 2 ranked team in 4A in Bishop Chatard with the Trojans, and then number 4 ranked team in 5A in the Lafayette Jeff Broncos. I'm excited for football. Let's play.
Oh, I'm pumped. We're moments away from kickoff. Yet to make a coin toss yet. But this Lafayette Jeff team has faced Bishop Chatard before. And Danny Adams was a senior last year, but his stats against Bishop Chatard were great. He had almost 2,000 yards against the Trojans alone and 33 touchdowns. As the captains are heading out to the coin toss, captains for Lafayette Jeff, with D lineman Chris Hardy, as well as number 78 Aiden Hoyle, playing both sides of the line, with Tristan Barrett at quarterback, and as well as Kevon Campbell Walker at DB.
Got a great atmosphere as you're walking in. Full parking lot. Student section's filling up here. Band's ready to perform tonight.
We're set for some great football.
Great football.
Sounds like the Broncos have deferred. They'll get it at the end of halftime. We are just moments away from kickoff, and then we will be back with you. We got number 5, Madden Gifford, here to kick off to the Broncos. And we are just moments away from seeing high school football. A little bit of a short kick, be out around the 20-yard line as the flag flies.
Not exactly how you want to start your season on a penalty there, but
I mean, that almost looked planned. I mean, I feel like that was a very short kick for it to be unintentional.
Sometimes it just goes a little left and off the foot. But
I've never kicked a football. I don't think you've ever kicked a football.
no, I can't say I have.
I won't act like I know what I'm talking about when it comes to kicking footballs. As here comes the Bishop Chatard offense, the Trojans in the I form, handoff, and that's going to be a stop short. Not much to gain. I was Jaeger Drury on the carry. Not a very good carry, but what do I know?
First play of the season, you got to give him some slack.
I would come out in an I form and run a simple run for my first play. But now we're in the shotgun. Things could get exciting here. Motion out. A little pre-snap eye candy. Oh, we got a flag. Someone jumped. Yep, we got a false start on the Trojans. That's not how you want to start.
Back to back negative plays. Now we're looking at, second and long.
Looking at about a 2nd and 13. It's not great field position, but they're coming out in the I formation again. We got a trips left. Could be looking for a motion again. Takes the snap, scanning, pressure on him, rolling it out, lobs it up, and incomplete. Hey, that was great by Harrison Ohm, the quarterback for the Trojans, trying to make something happen, but just couldn't get it done.
I see the vision there from Odom. He extended the play, used his legs, rolled out of the pocket a little bit, and just couldn't find Danny Adams there on the dunk down.
It was a great role. I mean, he's a senior for the Trojans offense, leading them here. Similar formation, more pressure coming across the middle. That's going to be a first down for the Trojans. Max Keel. That was a great catch right across the middle. Took it fearlessly, not afraid to get hit.
Great job also by Odom, just reading over the defense, finding that soft spot.
Yeah. With the pressure.
Great play right there.
The left side of the O line seems like it's getting blown up the past few plays. Back in the shotgun again. Decent first down run for Danny. Danny's a little guy coming in at 5'5", 170. That's a running back, but
got good speed. He's got all the tools to be a very versatile running back in this game and make some plays.
hey, that's a great first down play. Now you got a 2nd and 8. We got a bunch right here for the Trojans, right around midfield. And there's back to Adams, and they're going to be back to where they started, if not deeper. That's just not what you're looking for.
I was just looking at the O line that play, only focused on it, and just not getting up to the second level on that one. And you had the Mike, Mike linebacker come down there, just
Unscathed.
unscathed. You got to get up between the guard and the center. You got to double team that nose and get up there, foot off. But
Well, it puts the Trojans in a difficult spot as they get the first down, though, as Ohm rolling out left makes the play, so can't complain there for them.
this offense really found their rhythm this drive. They've had some negative plays to start, but that's just going to be those nerves. Haven't played football all summer, just scrimmaging, and it's a little different playing Friday night.
From the looks of it, with how they've come out with wanting to establish the run and the rolling out passes, that are probably going to go deep into a play action later in the game and get some big plays. A 78 subs into the D line, looking to add some size here on first down. Maybe thinking about the run.
Aiden Hall, 6'3", 296, senior, coming in to play the nose.
For some reason, we're having some delays.
I think it's something with their
The spot of the ball. I have someone out there.
something with the turf.
Someone puke. Maybe that's why they subbed someone out. You know, you can't really clean turf. That's my assumption.
Can't really tell, but that's your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, they sub number one out, and I see him kind of walking around on the sideline, getting some water, catching his breath. Maybe he's just not feeling himself, or maybe he's one of those people that puke before or during games. I know Josh Allen does it.
Yeah, Fletcher Cox.
Really?
Off the Eagles.
I didn't know he was a puker
He did once.
once. Okay, anyways. We got a little spread offense for the Trojans. A little check down. Get about 6 yards. Had to mix those up. We can't get the kids too excited.
Yeah, we gotta, keep the 6-7s at home tonight.
Yeah.
It's serious football.
Yeah.
Ranked
Week 1.
games.
We're week 1. Can't be breaking out the memes too early into the first quarter of week 1. As here's the snap, another handoff to Adams, and just a very short gain again. Maybe 1 yard. It's still a third or manageable. Yep, we're at a 3rd and 1 on now. Maybe a handoff to Adams. He's been getting the short yards, but maybe they're gonna beef up on the O line as number 1 is back in from his potential puke.
I think they're going straight up the gut right here.
Yeah, we got a motion across the line, and there it is, and there's the best gain Adams has had, probably close to 7 yards. Yeah, that's a nice rush.
Another 5 yards there. Can't complain at all there for the Trojans.
Got a slightly lengthy drive for the Trojans, taking quite a few minutes, but they're pushing deep into Bronco territory. We've got a odd formation, I can't lie. So there's another rush to Adams, making something happen out of nothing. Got back to where they started, maybe a couple inches. Do you have any idea what that formation was? I've watched plenty of football, but
I don't really know. That one's maybe like a jumbo tight end package. There was like
to the short end of the field as well. It was, I mean, you know what you're getting short yardage game there. We got a spread now. We're well familiar with the spread. As Odom takes the snap, hits the check down, and making a move, fighting for something. That's 13. Brooke Haynes at the whiteout.
gotta love the effort there by Sean Burns trying to wrap him down. Hit him hard there, and it's a great play.
Short 3rd and 1 here. My guess is they're going to go back to the run of the Adams as they've been doing great this drive. Yep, tight ends in motion. We've seen this plenty of times. And hand off to Adams, and that will be a first down. Oh, they're calling him short. Oh, no, the referee just pointed the wrong way. That's a new one. I've never seen the referee point the other way.
I didn't catch that, but he looked well over.
Yeah, that's what I thought. As it's a goal to go scenario now for Odom and the Trojans. Got two receivers out wide. One comes motioning in, takes a snap. A deep core to the end zone, and that will be incomplete. Love the scheme there.
Had him wide open at the back corner, just a little bit too much from Odom off the hand, but definitely still got some opportunities here at second down.
Oh, yeah. Still got 2 plays. We're going to be under center here. Adams deep in the backfield. We got motion from the wide out. Takes a snap. There's the handoff, and yet another short gain. He's doing his job, getting past the line of scrimmage, just not anything extended by that.
You just got to get one last push here. Like we're third and goal, 9 yards, 8 yards out. Maybe a quick little over the middle, short slant, but you just got to pound something.
I tried to get Odom back in motion, throwing some just on the run. He was doing well early in the drive. Try to get maybe an out route just to one of your receivers in the edge of the end zone.
Yep.
And similar idea to me, just kept his feet planted. That'll be a touchdown. Haynes, we already seen him make one big play this drive. And there's the touchdown to cap off the drive.
That one took about 8 minutes off of the clock there. That was a long drive there.
Hey, but they got it done. Now we'll line up for the PAT. Brody Langolis for the Trojans on to try to put it through. Give them the 7-point lead. Snap. Snap's a little high, but kick is up and good. And next up, we're going to see the Trojans kick off to the home West Lafayette Broncos.
I'm not hearing myself at all. Well, I'm hearing very. Okay. I can hear myself twice. I can hear you twice. I can't hear you. I can barely hear myself.
Did we know if his? Okay. Langolis setting the kick to the Broncos. Ready to see what this Broncos office has to offer.
Got a match here after first drive there by the Trojans. Got to stay competitive early.
That is true, as they only have 4 minutes left in the first quarter, but, that doesn't really matter. Great kick, a lot better. Oh, right at the one. Forced to pick it up, and there's nothing for him to go to. Stop before his own 10-yard line.
Those Chatard Gunners were just, man, they were hungry. They haven't eaten all summer long, and that felt good on that first kickoff.
A great kick, too. Bounced it right at the one, spun back in. Can't ask for much better. So here comes the Broncos off. And they're led out by number 12, Tristan Barrett, who's also a senior quarterback. We got motion out left. There's a handoff, but nothing much. It's the type of stuff we were seeing with the Trojans offense too. Very short yardage runs. Now we got an empty backfield for the Broncos. 5 wide. It's odd formation to see deep in your own end zone already on second down. But he's scanning, looking. He's got a receiver wide open, and he's going to take the short yardage run and slides down to be safe.
I think he felt the pressure coming there, and he had to get out and try and avoid the safety because the safety right off the rip, that sets the tone not in a great way for the Broncos here.
It's a great way to put it. I don't know if you saw, but towards the Broncos sideline, he had 2 wide receivers wide open. One was even jumping up and down for the ball. Got another 5 wide set. Oh, big rush. That's broken up by number 3, Max Kale. I mean, that I saw Dean getting untouched.
Just miscommunication. Like I used to play O-line, that's what they would always harp on. You got to communicate. Chug, chug, chug. Tag, tag, tag. Like you got to get up there to the guards, the linebackers.
That's not a drive the Broncos want to remember as they're coming out to punt and with a quick 3 and out with only really gaining 4 yards.
Ugly 4 yards that drive, but got to come out strong on defense.
Oh, and that is not the punt you want at all. Maybe to the 25. Looks like the 23 maybe. And the Trojans are just going to have wonderful field position. Some would even say the greatest field position.
The greatest field position, quite possibly on the side of the Mississippi River.
That's a great way to put it. As Odom's already back out here, barely got to rest. Join with Adams in the backfield again. Looks for the quick pass, and that's batted down. Number 24, Jaden Riley with the great PBU. I do like the mix of the run and the pass the Trojans are giving you, keeping you on your toes. I feel like they could mix their formations, though, kind of giving it what's the word? Predictability.
Yeah, definitely. I like how Odom, it's early, but he seems confident. He seems in control of his offense.
He's been great when moving on the run. So there's more emotion. And there's another short yardage run to Adams. I don't even know if he gained any. Yeah. Looks like we're at a 3rd and 10 again. You know, but these were the plays that Odom would convert. He would get out moving, set his feet, and throw to a nice open wide receiver. They got trips left with Adams on his left also, but he's got him coming to the right now. Odom with the quick pass, and that's gonna be short, but making it 4th and about 3. Is this a situation you would consider go for it up 7, deep in their territory?
100%. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to be aggressive. A little quick pass. He did it just on the last play there. Yeah, you have nothing to lose. You're up 7, deep in their territory. Just keep your foot on the gas.
I think even after that last drive we just saw from the Broncos, I think going for it is the right choice here. Hand off to Adams, and he's got a hole. And they're going to give it to him. That's a first down, I believe. There we go. Now it's a good goal for the Trojans, trying to make this 2-score game very early.
I like how Jeff is trying to substitute their defense, trying to find a matchup that could slow down this Chatard offense, but nothing's seeming to work so far.
I would try to bring in some beefier guys through the middle and try to stop those smaller runs even before they get to happen. There's another one of them, and that's kind of what I'm speaking of. Quick run, got stuffed, little bit of a gain if that. His clock's lining down in this first quarter. Maybe one more play before we have to switch sides. Well, definitely one more play. The play clock and there's a little difference. I feel like they're going to go for a pass here, try to make this a 14-point game.
I think they got a little room to play around, but I think you're right. They're going to go a quick pass, maybe tight end motion.
Play clock's winding down, though. Oh, they're going to take a timeout. Yeah, they just stayed in the huddle a little too long. Play clock was winding down. Now there's 4 seconds left in the quarter. Do you think they're going to try to dial something up here?
I like they might get a little tricky. Not a trick play fully, but a little RPO action. I think that could play very well down on this goal line here. Try and feed Haynes again. Get him a second touchdown. I think that could be the move here for the Trojans.
I think they should go for something kind of like we saw in their first drive with the back pylon corner out, and I think that was a great scheme. It just didn't fall for him.
The little bubble screen on the right side, it also worked very nice. Caught the defense off guard a little bit, and it forced them to really make that tackle, and they just didn't get there. But I think the Jeff defense, they also were up there scheming in that huddle, and I think they'll be ready to stop this one.
Well, what I think we're both seeing here is they shouldn't run the ball.
Yeah.
So we both think it's a passing scenario. Well, we'll see. There's a little motion from the tight end. And it is a pass. He's scanning. Back pylon. Incomplete.
Man, you called that one.
Very close. I couldn't tell you, honestly. Thoughts?
I think maybe from my view, it like hit the ground just a little bit, but he made one heck of an effort to go catch that ball.
Great play. Well, that's the end of the first quarter. We're going to flip sides, and we'll be back to you with the start of the second quarter.
I didn't hear you say.
No matter where you start, small town or big city, your future is better here. The Indiana Army National Guard gives you purpose and a path to success. Here, you're not just finding a job, you're building a better life. Visit nationalguard.com/IN to get started.
We got a 3rd and 9 here in Bronco territory. Goal to go. Let's see what the Trojans got here. Had the whole quarter break. He still got Adams up next to him. Fake play action. That's a dump off to the tight end. Touchdown for the Trojans. That's Brooks Haynes getting it done.
You can really tell Brooks Haynes and Odom, they got that special connection. Like you got that number one as a quarterback. It's your security blanket. You go to them, and they got the job done there.
Like a Rob Gronkowski, Travis Kelsey. Like you're a tight end. You're a guy.
It's your guy. They know you. They like everybody knows each other. Everybody knows where the ball's going, where you're running. It's just a good connection to have as a receiver to
Line
quarterback.
drive kick. It's good though. That's a 14-0 lead. Really quiet in the Broncos. This Broncos home crowd early. It's Haynes' second one.
Yeah, Haynes second.
Do you think that's something they're going to look into, the Broncos defense, to try to limit that?
I think if they limit that too much, they're gonna open up that middle. Like Chatard's got such a good offense going so far. Where if
It'll
they
open the
commit,
Adams run. Is that
yeah, where it's gonna go to Adams. They either go to Adams or Haynes, and they just can't commit to one just yet.
I think that's a great way to look at it. This Broncos defense hasn't really had any answers, while the Trojans defense so far has had all the answers.
Yeah, one quick drive forced a punt early in their territory, and then got a favorable, punt their way. So we got to see if this Broncos offense can get something going here the second quarter.
Well, they're getting their second chance, and everyone gets a second chance. As I've lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Think you were going with like Brody Languis with the kickoff, maybe, or
Maybe, yeah. Well, there is the kickoff. And yet again, stop before their own 20-yard line. Just not getting great stuff off this kickoff for the Broncos. But here's another chance for Tristan Barrett to lead out his offense and try to get it done.
a little side note, I do like the addition of adding the Guardian caps. I think it's new. It was new last year. Indiana high school football. Down in those trenches, you never know when it's going to be helmet to helmet contact. So I do like the option that they have to wear those.
I had no idea about those, honestly. I just thought those were a player's choice, as there's a big block from 55. That's going to be Gerald Smith laying out the corner, giving his wide receiver some room. That's the fire the Broncos need.
That'll get them lit for this drive. You see one guy do that play, and you want to mimic that. That'll get them going.
He didn't want the ball. He wanted him.
That is a good old fashioned pancake.
There's the handoff with the fake pass. Number 2. That's going to be Darren Neely. Got an aggressive run with an aggressive hit from the Trojans defense. I've noticed these Trojans defenders just want to hit. As they're going quick. We're in the shotgun here. Oh, little option. There's going to be about 4 yards again for Neely.
I like the little speed option there. It's a good addition to the offense.
Brings you back to my Madden days.
Little college football.
Man, some option offense can get anybody going. Except for wing T.
No, Army Navy football. That's where it's at.
Not the wing T. As here is kind of a wishbone formation a little bit. The dump off. Maybe a couple inches. He dumped off to Jamarion Moore. I don't think they really got any gain there. I want to see Barrett really be able to let his receivers run down the field, set his feet, and throw one. I want to see this kind of arm the seniors got.
I think he was top 5 in the state last season in passing yards, so we know he's capable.
Second,
Yeah, top 2 in the state, so a very good quarterback.
well, here he is, setting his feet, throwing it, and that's just not. We're lucky that isn't intercepted for the Broncos, and yet another 4th and 6. But looks like the offense is going to stay out. Really want to get this first down with the two possession deficit.
You can tell that play was pre-drawn up for number 3 there.
Yeah, he had him eyed down. But now we're the spread. Oh, and a false start, really killing this 4th down attempt. Now the punt team's going to trot out, and that's not going to be pretty to look at in film.
I mean, you had a couple of great plays there, but you just got to get something going. Got to get a drive. You're a quarter in, 2 scores down, and you're giving the ball right back. That's just not how you can start a game.
I was excited to see Barrett really be able to set his feet and throw the ball, but just double coverage is not something you look for. As there's a better punt than last time. Fair catch around the 42, bobbled it, but able to stay with it. A lot better punt than that first one. Went probably double the distance at least.
That's what you need out of your punter. You know, you get out there, boot it away, force them to make a long drive.
Well, we saw with the Trojans, they did a great long drive. First quarter took away, what, 8 minutes? Really drained the clock, made it tough for the Broncos to come out. Muscles tight, and they wanted to play some offense, but got 3 and out. But more from Odom here and Adams, the 1-2 punch so far. So there's another handoff to Adams, and I hate to say it, but I do think the handoff to Adams are going to slowly come away and go into play action passes.
I think so as well. I think they'll get the run game contained a little bit. They're a very good team. They wouldn't be number 4 in the state in 5A if they didn't have the capability to stop the run here. But yeah, I think the runs will die down and it'll go to play action a little bit too.
I think he's going to start looking more as his wide receivers as well as Haynes' way yet again. As here is the pass. Set feet launching down and way overthrown. Pass is intended for Cam Harden. Couldn't get it done, but you know, the pass, I like to see the pass. But now we got a 3rd and 10. They really need to get some yards here to maybe make it a 4th and manageable, go for it, or even get the first down.
Yeah, I got to give credit to the corners there, Williams and Bernard. They covered everybody on the outside and forced Odom to throw over the middle into kind of a double coverage look there. So that's a good play from the Broncos defense.
I'm going to go a little opposite of you there. The O-line did a great job creating that pocket on that play. As there's a little screen pass to Adams, getting him open field, and he's going. And that's a great play for the Trojans offense. They're going to get first down and more. Oh, but there's some dirty laundry on the field.
This one's coming back. Holding most likely.
Maybe an illegal man downfield. You got to watch for those on screen passes. I do believe it's going to be holding. I think you were right. Looks like the refs are trying to decipher something here.
Look the way they're kind of like pointing at the field. You would think it's a legal man, but
it's going to come back. Still a gain for the for the Trojans, excuse me. Repeat 3rd down. 3rd and 5. They didn't have a 3rd and 5 dialed up, I'll tell you that. They thought they got that first down and more. Looks like there was an RPO there, but he's going to go with Adams, and there's another flag on the play.
that one's coming back as well. I think I saw a block in the back on that right side of the offensive line.
Yep, and it's gonna be a holding though, but same result nonetheless.
This is kind of this Jeff defense that we were expecting coming into this night. Not getting pushed around a ton. They are getting a little bit lucky with these Trojan penalties, but this is kind of the stifling defense that we knew was going to be here tonight.
As they're probably going to they're going to probably widen out and go into very deep zones because this is a must patch scenario, especially with the 5 wide that the Trojans are coming out in. Odom's got obviously be looking for something to get the first down here. Little pressure rolling out, sets his feet, and that's caught. Straight to Haynes, breaks the tackle, going down. Can he go? He's going to be short, right around the 11-yard line. That's the connection.
We've seen it all night. We're going to continue to see it all night. You got to wrap up if you're Jeff. You just hit him in the shoulder. That's not going to bring him down. You got to get him at his legs. But nonetheless, it was a hard hit. You just got to wrap up at the knees or below, and got to give props to Haynes there. What a play.
He's kind of a Swiss Army knife. On my roster sheet, I have him as a wide receiver in DB, but I see him lining up at tight end, making motions, breaking tackles, and not a huge guy, only at 5'8", 170, but breaking that tackle and keeping it going. As Odom's looking, back corner end zone again, and that's deflected. Great play by number 3, Dontrell Harris. Oh, wait.
Keyshawn Burns.
Yeah, Keyshawn Burns. That's on me. 2 number 3s for the Lafayette Jeff Broncos, making the roster sheet a little confusing.
Got his hand in there. That's all you can ask as your DB. Did your job and did it well.
I love these back pylon schemes the Chatard offense keeps running, though. They work amazing if done correctly. And the past 2 have been great balls, just great defense.
One of them is bound to land with the looks they've been getting.
Oh, we got a play action. Haynes wide open again. There he is, and that's going to be a 3rd touchdown in this half.
A hat trick in the first quarter. It's not even halfway through the first half, or
Around halfway-ish.
about half. We still got a lot of football in this half, and he's at 3 touchdowns. It's getting out of hand here.
This is the Odom and Harris show. Just who needs anybody else?
You need Odom, you need Haynes, and you need one run at Adams up the middle. That's all you need. What a great start here from the Trojans.
It almost looked like there was a false start by Jeff, but no flag on the field, and the kick is up and good. We're going to take a quick little short break, and we'll be back for the kickoff from the Chatard to the Broncos. We'll see you then. We're lining up to kick here. Rough start for the Broncos. Got to be honest. Not the kind of thing you were hoping going into week 1 at your home stadium to be 21 before even halftime.
Yeah, we were just talking about it. Like, if you would look at this game from an outside perspective, you would think Chatard is that 5A powerhouse instead of the 4A powerhouse. They're just taking them to them, ready to play football.
It's been great. No complaints from the offense of the Trojans. Jeff's got to try to get more first downs, get something stringing along, and get into Lafayette Jeff football, we know.
We got to see a little bit more time from that offensive line. Let Barrett do his job. Let him sling that rock.
As you said, number 2 in passing last year as a junior, so realistically, he should be able to get it done.
And you look at the O-line, you got good size up there. Maybe a couple guys replacing seniors from last year. first game jitters playing varsity, but you got to give them a skosh more time to get it out.
A skosh more time's a great way to say it. Don't know how much a skosh is, but it's a skosh.
It's just a little bit.
Just a tad. A wink. Well, on that note, Barrett's back out with the Broncos offense, trying to get something going here, get some life into this Broncos team. Little motion, another shovel pass. Shovel option. I don't think there's an option there, but no gain. Who cares? There's no gain.
Yeah, you got to get something better on first down. Get a little aggressive. You're down 21. Air it out a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. Get some momentum, maybe get a score by halftime. They do get the ball coming out of half, which is good news for them. But if they can get a score, get the ball out of half, get another score, then it's a one-possession game.
Got to get the energy that Gerald Smith showed on that pancake block from the whole team.
Oh, he was happy. He wanted to hit. As there's a run, and that's a great run right through the middle, and that looks like it's gonna be a first down. That was Neely again. Oh, we had a helmet come off. We got to get a one-play break. Make an 85 Devin Brown check in. Oh, and offensive lineman trying to keep their offensive line fresh.
Got to give something. Something's got to give. You know, if that's the guy that's next in line, he's got to step up.
Well, there's Barrett. We're taking another handoff and negative. There's a loss of one there. I think they gotta really dive into the pass game. I understand they just got that good first down on the good run, but like we said, number 2 in the state. Do you know how many good teams were in the state last year?
We had a lot of 6A powerhouses, a lot of 5A. You know, there's a lot of good football in Indiana.
Brownsburg, Westfield, Gabe Freisinger from Carroll even. He had a great season.
Talented guy here at the quarterback position, but we got to get something from the whole offense.
Well, there's a great pass there from Barrett, rolling out right, throwing on the run, and that's going to be a first down for the Broncos. Great pass to Young, and they might get something rolling here.
You just take a look at that there. Nice rollout, nice dink down. It finds the zone, and great play, catch and throw.
Gavin.
Got to give props to our field camera, Gavin Scott, for that replay, and everybody on this crew.
We got a great network here at Crossroads. But there's a flag on that play. We can't do anything about that here at Crossroads.
Hunter Mitchell put in his whole summer prepping for this. He's been putting in some work. He's been, asking people, calling people. He's putting in the work to get this off the ground. And we're looking forward to the future of what he's going to build here.
You know, he had to get us concluded to jumpstart. I think that's what it was.
I think we are the key to his jumpstart.
I could agree. I mean, you can't have a great sports broadcast without great announcers.
Yeah, you got to be able to be entertained while watching the game.
As there's a handoff to Neely. Gonna get him around where they were originally at before the flag. Gonna be about 2nd and 11, maybe 2nd and 10. I don't know, Jim.
Oh, I don't know. It's hard to tell. I don't know.
Oh, we love to have fun here.
We like to, that's a little Tony Romo
Jim Nance.
impression. Pre-summer Tony Romo.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's a great pass. Whatever Tony Romo has to say about that. And he's just trucking down. That's 0 Jamal Thomas. I mean, 6'2", 200 pounds. You can look at him here as they roll out. That's not the play that just happened. We gave all the props to Crossroads Sports Network for the fat screw up there. Not on us. We're great and awesome and perfect.
That was the last play that got him into this field position.
Well, there was a broken play, bad snap, made Barrett have to try to make something out of it, and he did not. And that's still the wrong replay.
See, this is what we get. It's the announcer jinx. We just gave all the props, and our producer is,
A chud.
to put it in simple terms, the lights are too bright for him tonight.
Well, hopefully the lights aren't too bright for the Broncos. They're the home team. Lights are on, but I mean the sun's still out. Oh, that pass was almost broken up. Oh, and he's breaking tackles left and right, pinballing to get down. Just short of the first. No, they're going to call it a first down. Who was that? Did you catch the number? I did not catch the number.
I want to say I want to say it was Neely, number 2.
Well, whoever it was a great play.
That Trojan defense, they were surprised he was bouncing off those tackles. Helmet came off.
It was number 8, Jamarion Moore. Nice try, though. So there's a handoff. It's Neely, no gain. Just stuffed up by the D-line. It's going to be 2nd and 10, back where they just were.
They're putting together a good drive, though. This is needed. They got to punch one in here before half. Keep them at 21 to say if they punch it in 21-7. Trying to go into second half on a much different note than early first half.
I really think if they get a touchdown here to end the half, come out of halftime fired up, ready to play football, score another, that's a one-possession game. That's a stop, touchdown, tie game. So there's the motion from Neely. Barrett looking deep end zone, and oh my goodness, what a catch by Darius Young! That looked like it was going to be a pick, broken up, but somehow Young came down with it. And that's still not a replay.
You give it a breakdown, though. It looked like he was going up in the air. It looked like it was going to be one-handed. He got hit as he was going down. Somehow managed. All props to him on that one.
There's a high tackle on Neely. But he's fired up in the backfield. That looked like it was 51. I'm not going to attempt to say that name. Jadine Bean Aname. I admit when I don't have a chance, and I apologize.
Heck of a play, though. Just get into the backfield that quick.
And he got fired up even after that big play from Young. Play clock's winding down. 4, 3. Play action to Neely, and there's Young for the touchdown. Way to cap it off. Young with the big play. Young with the touchdown. And there is the Jeff football we thought we were going to get.
We came in here, and that's what we were expecting. We wanted to see Barrett and Neely go to work. That's what they did that drive. And, man, that was a good drive. Much needed for the Broncos.
And we got the right replay. Things are just coming together, aren't they, Sean?
It took us a half, but we're getting there. It's getting there for the Broncos, too. They still got a real chance in this one.
And the kick is up and good. And we'll be right back for the Jeff kickoff to the Chatard Trojans here in moments.
For some, it's about finding the right
We're
fit.
back
For
after
others,
that.
it's about
No,
stepping up to a
that
new
great
challenge.
segment.
No matter where you start, small town or big city, your future is better here. The Indiana Army National Guard gives you purpose, camaraderie, and a path to success while serving your community and your country. Here, you're not just finding a job, you're building a better life. Visit nationalguard.com/IN to get started.
And we're back after that big drive from the Lafayette Jets Broncos.
That felt good to watch as football. Like everybody had intensity. Everybody was playing. Hey, we're not out of this. You got the guy next to you, and that was a great drive.
And that's a deep kick. They didn't want anyone returning that for the Trojans. As the Trojans' offense been great with the Ohm to sorry, I'm forgetting his name. The Brown to Haynes, there you go. Connection has just been great. 3 touchdowns already. Things are just going wonderful.
I think you got to air it out here. You know, give Haynes a shot at 4.5. That won't hurt anybody but the Broncos. You got a minute and change left of this first half. Highly ranked high school football. Let's see how it goes.
Here we go. 1:20 left on the clock in the half. There's Adams in motion. Ohm with a good pass. They're going to call him down. He did catch it with his knee down. But that means the clock's going to keep running. Caught it in bounds. I believe both sides still have 3 timeouts.
I think the Trojans took one early or late in that first quarter.
Oh,
down
yes,
the goal
with
line.
almost delay of game. I do think they should get Ohm setting his feet, throwing across the middle into the sidelines, kind of like they did early in that first drive. There he is rolling, looking, and he's just going to throw it out of bounds. You know, I like that. It's going to stop the clock if they do stop the clock. There we go. And it's 3rd and 12, but in a low on time scenario, down in distance isn't your biggest worry. It's getting the ball down the field, trying to get points on the board.
Yeah, you got to take a couple risks. I like going over the middle there, Haynes, and then you had a couple of options if he was, but end up being a smart play, throwing that away.
Well, here it is, back scanning, little dump off to Adams. Adams got open field. He's quick. He's running, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock around 41 seconds. And that should be a first down. Oh, no. I thought he got that.
I thought he went out at like the 32.
Yeah, I thought he at least crossed the 30-yard line, but I could have been, you know, angles of the sunlight, time change. I mean, you know,
The tides and
daylight savings times really gets you sometimes.
you know that's why we're up here and the refs are down there doing their job.
Yeah, and there's a reason we're not playing football anymore, Sean.
That's why we're up here.
That's correct. Well, here's the Trojans on to punt with first time we're seeing the punt team for the Trojans.
Yeah, they went 3 for 3.
As there's a pretty good punt. Oh, not the bounce you wanted, but you know, it's gonna put the Broncos right around the 43.
Yeah, give Barrett 33 seconds to put together a drive, and we'll see if they can cut it to 1 score before the half.
33 seconds, 2 timeouts. Barrett's got an arm. Let's see what he can get done. I tell you, even if they put on a score here and then come out a half, only down a touchdown, that's great. If they can't, they still can come out a half, score, then they're only down a possession.
Because they got the ball coming out of half. They deferred.
Yeah, they're going to knee here. I don't hate that choice. Take it into half. Did they just run a fake knee?
They ran a fake knee.
That's Bush League.
That's Kenny Pickett-esque when he was at Pittsburgh. when he
Fake
ran a-
slide.
Yeah.
disregard that. We're going to go timeout, and we're going to take a short one with them as well. All right, we are back from the timeout. 28 seconds, 2nd and 11, right around the 45, 44. Let's see what the Broncos can get going here. Barrett's scanning. Something short to Neely. Not much going. I believe they're out of timeout. Oh, they're going to timeout Bishop.
I don't love that screen call play there. You know, you got 20 some seconds. You can get out of bounds, get downfield, but then you just have no time. Screens are so limited. They got to go right on all aspects. And I just don't love that play call there from them.
I do completely agree. I want to recap something. What we believe to be a fake knee. I just want to say I believe that's kind of bush league and not really fair. If that makes any sense.
You got to give props to the Trojans. They were ready for it. That could have been a big play. Um, but you don't usually see that a whole lot. High school, college, definitely don't see it in the pros.
Yeah, I believe because people know they would get ridiculed online, canceled. Even I just think that's not really football. If that makes sense. It kind of goes on the lines of, I mean, like Yerman Mercedes had a 3-0 count against a position player, and he hit a home run, and he got kind of ridiculed online for that. I think that's what it kind of goes online for. Well, there's Barrett looking deep, and that's gonna be picked. That's gonna put Bishop down around the 3 or 4 yard line. The pick is by number 14, Cam Harden. We've already seen him in offense, I believe, making plays.
I believe so. He's on both sides, you know, making an impact. Let's take a
Here's a
look at
replay of
that.
that interception straight into the breadbasket of Cam Harden. I mean, if that was to Cam Harden on offense, that's a great touchdown.
That's not the end of the world though. Into the half for the Broncos. They still got time. Like a score would have been cool here that would have put them in a better position, but they are definitely not out of this game getting the ball out of halftime.
Well, with 13 seconds left on the 2, I don't know if they're going to be able to knee with the short yardage. Looks like there's going to be a timeout before then. Do you think with the short yardage only on the 2, are they going to be able to knee, or do you think they're going to have to run to Adams to try to get out of the 2-yard line to be able to knee?
They're gonna have to run 1 or 2 run plays so that it allows Odom to take a step back there.
Or they'll probably just run one, let the clock one down, head out to half, and then we can have a jolly old halftime.
Eat a slice of pizza and call it a day.
Hey, pizza?
Yeah. You didn't see Hunter eating pizza?
Well, I figured Hunter just spawned pizza.
Yeah.
I thought Hunter came equipped with pizza.
We got the signature Hunter thumbs up from across the booth.
That was a thumbs up. We're all jokes over here. Trying to have a fun time headed into halftime.
A lot of timeouts in the last couple minutes.
Gotta fill some time. Can't just be dead time being quiet. Gotta have some fun, make some jokes, make people laugh. What's get you coming back? And they're just gonna take a knee, headed into halftime. And I do believe once we hit halftime, they're gonna cut to us and we're gonna share our thoughts of the half. And Then we'll take a break, come back, have a great final half of football, and we'll get a final score here. As the teams head to their locker rooms, talk over the half, maybe make a couple adjustments, get things figured out. What are some things you'd like to see from him, Sean?
You know, I really want to see these Broncos with that energy they had on that last drive. They had Barrett to Neely, great connection there. I want to see more of that. Get them going over the middle, maybe some, out routes. Got to get him involved. And then on the Trojan side, I want to see a little bit more aggression. They kind of got timid, I'd say, on that last drive there. They're up 21. You got nothing to lose. So really just keep the foot on the gas for the Trojans, and Broncos become a little bit more aggressive and get Barrett in a position to sling it.
I do agree. I think both quarterbacks did a great job moving on the run, making passes on the run, finding open receivers and making them make plays. As we saw once Adams got into open field, he's quick and hard to take down. If we can get him some open field looks instead of maybe runs up the middle, I think that could be great for the Trojans offense. And on the other end for the Broncos, Neely was making plays, maybe get some jet sweeps with him. I think that could be great for them. Get Barrett in motion. I love that. They saw the rollout passes. I think the Broncos have a good chance to come out of this half, score a touchdown, and make it a one-score game and make this a legit football game.
Yeah, both sides have the athletes. They've got everybody in position. Nobody's really made too many mistakes. Couple penalties here and there, but it's not been like missed a tackle so completely. Everybody's out here to compete tonight, and we're in for a good half of second half football.
We even saw some big hits, and then those players getting really excited after those hits. And I just think they're going to be even more fired up at a halftime to finish up week 1 of football and get on to next week.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see this second half, see if the Broncos can come back, but definitely, ranked football week 1, you can't ask for any better here.
And I think we're going to take a break with you guys at halftime. We may have a message from the Army with you at halftime. We'll catch you in the second half where Lafayette Jeff is going to be ready to receive the kick. We are back from halftime. Team stretching out from the little halftime tight muscles. What do you think these teams covered in halftime?
I think the Broncos were talking about how to contain I just have
Haynes?
it. Haynes, 3 touchdowns. They were trying to mitigate in that cornerback DB room. They were like, all right, we got to either, you know, play a little tighter on him. You got to give him a little bit more and make up stuff. I'm not really a corner guy, but that was in the corner room. Like you got to contain him up in the linebackers. You fly to Adams up the middle of the play action. And for the Trojans, just keep doing what you're doing. You're up 21. You got the offense rolling. Just keep uh feeding it to Haynes.
I think that 12 and 13 connection of Odom and Haynes is just unmatched. It's really like a Tom Brady Gronk, just not the kind of routes we would see Gronk run, but very short stuff. But Haynes gets out there and makes the plays happen, scores the touchdowns. And I honestly think the Trojans are gonna try to get Danny Adams, the running back, in more open fields. We've kind of seen him running up the middle, but I think they're gonna try to get him some screen passes, some bubbles, just something to get him in open field. Because when we've seen him in open field, he gets quick, shifty, and hard to take down. On the other hand, I mean, I think the Broncos really just want to feed. Barrett wants to feed Neely and Young. And I think if they can get them in open field, get Barrett some time in the pocket to find Young, we'll see some great things like we saw on their touchdown drive.
Yeah, what you were saying, it all comes down to time in that pocket. He just hasn't been able to sit back there, set his feet, read the defense for 3 seconds, not even three, just a quick little 2 second read. He hasn't been able to do that yet because he's had a defender in his lap every single second. So you just got to be a little bit more sound up front. Uh, the pass rush, they're only bringing 3 down linemen. It's just been a good rush from those couple blitzes here and there. But that's what you got to see here.
I think it's going to be a great half of football. I really think the Broncos could come back and make this a game. We'll see as the Trojans are getting ready to kick off to the Broncos.
It's all about energy. If they come out slow, you know, the Trojans might, keep their foot on the gas. It's all about this energy that the Broncos are going to bring.
If they can bring the energy, bring the boom, you get some hits, I think it's going to be a great half of football.
I think they can claw their way back in. We've been mentioning it. We've got the keys how they can get back in this game. Uh, it might take them third quarter, into the fourth quarter with how their drives have been going so far, but we shall see.
Here's the field cam, watching the kick, and that kick is up and going back. And we are going to see a return from the Broncos. And yet again, just not a good return. I really think these Broncos could benefit from not returning the football and getting better field position.
Yeah, I think if you let it go, like you saw there at the back at the 10, I wish I had my telestrator. I could be like up there at the 10. You had two guys collide. Pretty much, you got to call it mine, mine, mine. You play baseball, mine, mine, mine.
Three loud minds. Oh,
And
don't get
that,
me started.
it could have been in the back of the end zone, better field position.
I'll talk to Hunter. What do we need to do to get you a telestrator? Oh, Sean's wishing he had a telestrator. Couple weeks we'll have a telestrator. Great. That's coming from the big man. And there's Neely with the run. Get it about 2 yards.
You catch us at McCutcheon in a couple weeks. I'll be drawing all over the screen.
John Madden-esque.
John Madden-esque.
Little here, there.
I'm drawing it with my hand with no telestrator right now.
I can see you, but they can't. That's very sad. Someday. Very soon. Couple weeks, he says.
Day one or one day. You never know.
I'm telling you, we are the base of this program.
He couldn't have built it.
If you build it, they'll come.
Are they? I don't know.
And that was a terrible pass by Barrett, to be real honest. I mean, he had time, short pass, and he just didn't get it to his receiver. He left it short. Receiver had to come back, couldn't make the play.
You don't want to see this type of start from the second half. Like, if they're going to claw their way back in, you got to get 2 good plays, at least one of those good plays positive, put you in third and manageable.
It's not, yeah, so 3rd and deep right here, 3rd and 8. Not the field position looking at coming out of half, but he's looking. And I don't think that was complete. They're going to call it complete. I don't think he had possession go out to half. That was Devin Brown. I'm really surprised they're calling that a catch. As you look at the replay here, I mean, he's going to come run this out route towards their sideline, and he kind of bobbles it. I don't think he had full possession, but, you know, I'm not the referee. I'm just the announcer. I'm a loser. They're getting paid.
When we play some football, it's first down.
I mean, yeah, a great play nonetheless. So there's the run to Neely. He finds a hole, but there is a flag on the play. Potentially a holding or block in the back there. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a holding. Oh, and we got a Bronco down. Does not look fun. And we're gonna take a break while they check out this injured Bronco. As they check out the injured Bronco, here's some of the last season stats compared against each other. As Jeff had a very high powered offense, averaging 49 points per game, and really stifling defense with only around 16 points allowed a game. And we're already seeing a not very high powered offense by Jeff already allowing more than 16 points a game. I just don't know where the keys are missing because they still have Barrett, who was second in the state in passing, still here, not even really airing out the ball, if I wouldn't be real honest.
It's got to fall on that defense. Had to lose a lot of pieces, a lot of production from that senior class. And that's just not what we've seen. Both their offense and their defense, last year, first game, they're a little rusty. We'll give them that, but it just hasn't seen like the numbers have said they were last year.
Yeah, they're not really screaming. Was it number 4 and 5A to me? I mean, 5A is a very great class. Nothing to be taken for a joke, as well as 4A. I mean, Chatard being number 4 or 2 and 4A, as they're gonna call that a encroachment or neutral zone infraction. I mean, I don't know if he crossed the line. We can look here. As you can see, Barrett really kind of getting everyone in line with the cadence, and I guess someone jumped. I mean, Sean, what's your quarterback hands? How would you get someone to jump off sides?
Right. I'm a big Andrew Luck guy. Grew up a Colts fan here in Indiana. A little, why did he get hit?
That's wonderful, Sean.
Let's hear yours.
Oh, we got to see this play as Neely's gonna go nowhere. Well, I used to be a Packers fan. I'm now a Seahawks fan. I'm not a bandwagon. I joined when they didn't even make the playoffs. Just had to share that. But when I was a Packers fan, I really loved the hard count from Aaron Rodgers. The green 19, green 19 said, and then he would just get 3 yards for the offense, as we just saw Barrett do there.
As a quarterback, that's your job. You get that hard count. Sometimes it's on a clap, but John Gruden, he's heavily against the clap.
No clapping from John Gruden. Who's got you feeling nicey from this game so far? Because that play did not get me feeling nicey. Because that's going to bring a 4th down to Jeff. And it's a very short 4th down. They got to go for this, right?
Yeah, you got to go for it. Down 2 scores. First drive of the second half. You got to put your team in that position to succeed. They really haven't done much this drive. Got helped with that penalty. They're going to get up there and keep
They're hurrying.
that.
It looks like a tush push. And I think they're going to give it to him, but they're going to have to spot this ball first with the big dog pile.
From my perspective up here, it looks like he's about a foot over that yard marker. Let's take a look here.
Just a skosh, like you said. And there it is. They're going to call it a 1st down for the Broncos. And as you were speaking to John Gruden, it's got me thinking, I really think Brooks Haynes has got me feeling nicey about today's game. 3 touchdowns. Brooks and Odom have got all the Chatard's points and are basically single-handedly winning this game, obviously with the help from the offensive line, the defense, but you know what I mean.
Right, they're putting their team, like, that is what we like to see from a duo in high school, duo anywhere. Like, you're looking at Matthew Stafford to Puka Nakua in the big leagues. Like, that's the connection that's a game changer. Wins you ball games.
As there's a timeout, we're going to take a timeout with them, and we'll be back when we resume play.
No matter where you start, small town or big city, your future is better here. The Indiana Army National Guard gives you purpose and a path to success. Here, you're not just finding a job, you're building a better life. Visit nationalguard.com/IN to get started.
The Broncos are lined up. We got the Chatard defense. 1st and 10 after the tush push. It really got popularized by the Eagles, that formation. We had the quarterback sneak, which was kind of just the plain old I form, but the kind of bunch in the backfield is really brought to you by Jalen Hurts and the Eagles with Saquon Barkley, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like I wouldn't say it's an unfair advantage, but
Oh, sorry to interrupt. Oh, is that intercepted? That's intercepted by number 1, Jax Jurdy. And that's the 2nd interception Brooks has thrown today. I understand the first one was kind of an arm punt late in the half, but here's the replay. As you can look, he launches it, not very good ball, and that's just a free interception for Bishop Chatard.
it was looking really good out of the hand. From our perspective up here, it looked like it was going to be an easy catch, and then he came out of nowhere. You got to give props to him there.
That was a great play, great safety play. Way to stay behind the play and go to the ball. That gives the Trojans a chance to make this game out of reach, honestly. As Odom observes the snap, and there's a short throw. They're going to call him with a knee down. I think that's the 2nd time we've seen that from 88 today. Julio Graves just got to keep that knee up and get it going.
You appreciate the completions as a receiver and a quarterback as a team, but you got to, clean up a few of those
The yak
mechanicals,
Yeah. But you want that yards after catch, That's a great stat. People look at it, wide receivers. As Odom's got an empty... Oh, no, he doesn't have an empty backfield. Sorry. But there's a play action, a little bubble screen. There's going to get it. That's going to get him into open field. That was number 3, Max Jamil. Got into open field, made some man's miss, and that's a 1st down for the Trojans.
They come out of this. They came out of this half. They're firing. Uh, they look like they want to win this game. For it, their coach is probably saying, we're probably the underdog, but you take a look at Max Chimmel there, 3 catches, 19 yards.
That's all last season.
So he's really hasn't been that big of a piece. Glad to see he's stepping up now that he's an upperclassman.
As there's Adams with the run, making a man miss, kind of taking that tackler with him. Oh, that was a great run, honestly. Got outside, got the yards. I like that they're giving that outside look instead of that up the gut approach,
It's a nice balanced offense they've got going here.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's a quick, shifty back. Get that man some open field, and things can go well for him. As this Trojans offense has looked wonderful this half game. I mean, they've only had to punt once.
That was the last drive of the half.
Yeah. Oh, the play action pass, QB draw. Oh my goodness, Odom's going. And he's going to be around the 20-yard line, but there is a flag at the 35? Yeah, the 35-yard line.
That one's unfortunately coming back. You take a look at this, though.
QB draw.
Beautiful up the middle. Got the blocks, but I think somebody got a little handsy on that blocking. That one's going to come back, but a heck of a play there by the Trojans.
Yeah, that's a holding you really don't want to have. That puts you in the red zone, if not just outside. And I want to see more of that from Odom. I mean, we've seen him move, throw on the run. It's been great. They are going to get the first down.
Like you said, we've seen him roll out of that pocket, but he can use his legs. It's known that he can get out and scramble and rush, and I also want to see more of that from this Trojan offense and from Odom.
I think this third quarter, where we're really going to see the play actions and watch him use his legs more. Oh my goodness, and Odom gets laid down. That's a fumble. Oh my goodness. Jeff is fired up and they have the football. He's stomping around.
Man, you just cannot have that. You look here, the pressure's coming. You got the
twist
right there. Then you got the blitz. Looks like they called him down on the field, but it looks like that ball came out. They're going to keep it with...
Oh, and they have Bronco down, but look, I mean, his friend kind of told him to go down, but looks like it's going to stay as a Trojans football. It's hard to tell. There's a big pile, but I think they're going to say he had contact with the ball when he went down.
I think that's what the initial signaling from the referee, he was signaling the down. But that sure appeared like a fumble recovered by Jeff up here. Little confusion on the field. Injured Bronco, but we're gonna
take a break while they check out the injured Bronco. They checked out the injured Bronco. He seemed to come off the field okay. Maybe he'll be able to come back in the game. And the blessing for the Trojans. I mean, that really looked like an Odom fumble and recovered by the Broncos. It was a big hit nonetheless by number 20 Miles Stellers. But I think that's a blessing for the Trojans.
Yeah, I don't think there was enough to in conversation to overturn their initial ruling of down on the field.
Well, here, let's see what the Chatard could do with this, as there's a deep ball, and that's just not even catchable. I mean, I like taking the shot after they got the blessing from the referee, but now you're in a 3rd and 16, a must-pass situation. I much rather have seen them go for something short across the middle and get the yards. As you can see, Harrison Odom stats from last season, 819 yards, 8 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions, and we do see the legs with the 2 rushing touchdowns. So not a huge sample size, and he did not start against Jeff last season, as you see there. But we've seen a great game from him today, and let's see what he can do to finish out this game. And looks like there's a flag on the play, and I'm going to go with a false start probably.
Yeah, false start there. You know, back to Odom though, he looks control like he is what you want out of your quarterback. He's in control. A field general is what he really is back there.
Well, I wouldn't even call him a field general. I would call him a hybrid. I mean, we've seen him use his legs. He's quick, but he can really set his feet and still throw the football.
He's a dual threat, but I love his pocket presence back there and how he can just sling it, read the defense. He can do both.
It kind of reminds
Definitely
me
will.
of Seahawks Russell Wilson almost, or even Geno Smith. A good Geno
I could
Smith.
see it. It's like it's the same, you know, presence, the same abilities.
Well, there's the screen pass to Adams as he gets an open field, and he's a hard man to take down, and that's going to be 11 yards for Adams, make it a 4th and 9.
That's impressive though. They were, you know, third in a Walmart parking lot there. That's a good play. Go for it here. You're not out a ton, but you pin them deep, and I think that's what they're going to do here.
And that's what I've been saying. Get Adams open field. He's shifty, hard to take down. And that was a great play. If they just weren't in terrible field position, that's a 1st down.
Yeah, you got to clean up some of those mistakes and those penalties. Had 2 really drive killers on that one after the impressive scramble. But just pin them deep and rely on your defense, who's been very strong tonight.
As that's not the punt you want at all. And that's going to be around 35, maybe, if they're lucky.
At that point, you just go for it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great way to put it, actually. Yeah, just a replay on this punt, if you want to call it that.
Let's take a look
If
at the
he
snap.
punts.
Snap was fine. You know, just kind of jammed him. 2 rushers coming off the edge. Not an optimal punt there for the Trojans, but they're not sweating just yet as they still have a 2-score lead.
As here's another chance for Barrett and the Broncos, but not great stuff from Barrett so far. I mean, he's 2 interceptions and 1 touchdown, but there's a great play up the middle. That's to Young again. That Barrett to Young connection. Oh, that wasn't Young. That was number 8, 0?
0.
0. Okay, that's Jamal Thomas. We have seen him to Barrett too as well. As they're going to do hurry up, but 85's coming late. Devin Brown, he's coming late. Oh, and they're going to have to hustle an alignment off, so. Now Barrett's ready to take the snap. As there's a run to Neely, and there's nothing. That O-line didn't stop. Nobody.
Yeah, they were 2 Trojans back there before he could even blink. That is just really unfortunate for these Broncos. Let's see what went wrong here.
The guards just got. Oh, this is the play from Brown. Or from Thomas. Sorry, a lot of receivers are getting the ball for Jeff, but on the other end, we got We have Harden and Haynes. That's about it. But there's Barron, and there's a third interception as that was straight to the safety. Is that number one
That's his second of
again?
the day.
Yeah, that's his second of the day, and that just was not a good pass at all.
I'm not quite sure if Barrett's just having a rough day, if, calculus wasn't his friend today. I'm not quite sure what's happening. He's usually a very good passer. 3 interceptions. One was in garbage time. We'll give him some slack on that one, but 2 of them to the same guy, just not on his A game today.
This is not the kind of stuff you see from a guy that, yet again, I hate to keep repeating myself, but was second in the state in passing last year. Like, that's not easy. There's some great quarterbacks in Indiana.
It's got to be an off day for him. Like, this is so unusual for Barrett to have this performance. But his team's only down 2 scores. They're not out of it. Just got to rely on the defense to get a good stop here.
And that's a short run for Adams. At what point, I mean, I'm not saying this needs to happen, but would you consider looking at a backup to go in? Because, I mean, there hasn't been great complete. I mean, we saw that great one to number 8, Thomas, or number 0, sorry, Thomas. But then after that, he threw an interception and killed the drive.
I don't think I would consider a backup at this point because that just sends a message to the team early. That just means if you mess up, we're not going to stick with you. And that's just not a good recipe for how the season should unfold, I should say.
Well, there's another great run for Adams. That's going to make it a 3rd and 1. I mean, but sometimes that play good or the next guy's up mentality is what a team needs. Some people settle into that big time role, like, say, I'm the senior, I'm the starting quarterback, this is my show. But then they wake up really quick and realize, I'm the next guy can be better than me.
True. I do see the next man up, next play up mentality. It's just what do you want to send to your team as the coach here?
As there's a basically solo first down for Adams as he took 3 plays, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, as you like to say.
Hey, that's what wins you ball games. But here it's been the connection, the 12-13 dynamic duo.
Odin to Hines. And I mean, I would love to see a great little play action pass to Hines, maybe get Odom rolling out a little bit and get a little 10, 15-yard pass to Hines.
I kind of want to see them run the ball a little bit more. I like the play action, but run
There's
the
a
clock
screen
little
to
bit.
Hines. As he's not going down easy, as there's the 10 to 15-yard pass to Hines I was talking about. Call me Tony Romo the way I'm calling out these plays.
I don't know if I want to call you Tony Romo.
That's fair. I don't really want to be called Tony Romo anyways.
Not a great time to be called Tony Romo.
I don't know, Jim.
I don't know. Now here's a guy.
That's
Odom.
Chris Collinsworth right there. Oh, keep the laugh away, Sean. Is Odom reminding you of Patrick Mahomes?
Now here's a guy.
As there's another run by Adams, dude, he's getting quick. Look at these outside runs to Adams. He's getting straight lines, going quick, and that's 9 yards right there for the Trojans. Oh, now they're gonna call that a first down even.
You take a look here. He's really shifty. He took a little stutter step.
Went
right
around him.
there. Ooh, right there at the 42. That's just a great play there from Adams.
Now, I can see you pointing things out on the screen, but only if we had a teleprompter so everyone could see.
We just got confirmation.
It's in the works.
It's in the works from our producer, Hunter Mitchell.
As Odom's looking, as there's Hines, and that's just out of Hines' reach. As we pointed out earlier, Hines isn't the biggest. He's only 5'8", 170. So I could see how Odom can throw it out of Hines' reach, but I love the play and scheme there.
I also love the pass protection there from Adams. picked up the blitz flawlessly. He kind of absorbed it a little bit, but that gave Odom just enough time to rip that ball out. Wasn't the best ball, but the pass protection from all aspects, gave him the time.
But we haven't really seen many bad balls. We've had the one overthrow in the back pylon early first quarter, as there's a great screen, bubble screen there to 88. I mean, Hines, Julio Graves. We've seen Graves get a couple of receptions today. That's the first time he's been able to keep his knee up.
Really shifty guy, like the swing concept right there. The screen and the swing up the middle there, or up the side. We do love to see that yard after catch potential like we haven't seen from him.
One thing I'm loving from this Trojans offense is using a lot of motions with Hines to maybe switch the defense's eyes aside of the field. As there's a run by Adams, another great run. Adams having a lot better second half than he was in the first.
Yeah, he's really getting involved. He's quick, he's shifty. They're kind of trusting him a little bit now that they got 2 scores up. And I love to see him playing energetic and
Quick.
good football.
Yeah. As there's another one. Oh, the spin. And I think they're going to give him the first down there. That was a nice spin by Adams to get by the first guy to be able to reach for that first down. And they're going to call this a first and goal now. Goal to go here.
This
Win
would
the
be
10.
huge if they punch this in before the half, make it back up to 3 scores for a quarter left to go. That's almost unattainable.
If they make this 3-score game going into the fourth, and the way the Jeff offense has been playing, I think that's out of reach for him. And there's Adams again, and probably 3 yards. Yeah, we'll probably make that a 2nd and 7 as we head into the fourth quarter. We're going to flip sides, and we're going to take a break while they flip sides, and we'll be back to you at the start of the fourth quarter. And we're back heading into the fourth quarter. Here's the Lafayette Jeff Broncos last season sets. I mean, they went 10-2, 49 points per game. That's a lot of points. Went to regionals the 3 out of the last 4 years, 9-game win streak, and 3rd in the states in points per game. And that's just not the team we're seeing today. As 10-0 at home too over the past 2 seasons, and I think that streak's about to be broken.
This Lafayette Jeff, high school, they haven't been used to losing at home. They've been a really, really, really good football team, and it's nothing against the atmosphere. Atmosphere has been good, but you switch over to Chatard, and they've also had a really good couple of years.
Hand off to Adams, and he's going to power through for another Trojans touchdown. And I really think if they make this kick, this game's out of reach for the Broncos. I mean, they'd have to have a great quarter here. As you look at the replay, Adams takes the handoff, and he just had to power through those 2 tacklers to score there.
Good job up front from the big fellas, sealing off those gaps, getting up to that second level, but really just props for Adams for finishing the job.
Yeah, great stuff. I mean, love to see it as the kick is up and looks plenty good to me. as that's going to make it a 3-possession game. And while we wait for the kicks to be lined up, we're going to take a short little break, and we'll be back to see Jeff receive the kickoff. As we took a look at the Broncos' last season stats, here's Chatard's. As they've been 9-3, 36.3 per game is not bad at all. And they only lost in sectionals to Ohio School and Cathedral. And it looks like they're going to have a great season, even better than last year from the looks of it already.
You know, one thing I want to point out was that average margin of victory, 28 point something. So about a 4-score average margin of victory. And they're already almost there at 21 right now. They've just looked like the better team tonight.
I mean, I think there's honestly a great chance they can come back and score again, as there is going to be touchback, which we've been saying that I think we think the Broncos would do better with touchbacks instead of trying to return these kicks and getting less yardage than they would on a touchback.
Yeah, because then you're relying on a lot of blocks to go the right way. You know, you may only take it out and get 2 or 3 more yards, uh, but you just start fresh, give your offense the time. You can dial up a good play.
I completely agree. As I mean, this is do or die for the Broncos. If they don't score this drive, it's over. Honestly,
I need to see some urgency here.
as I mean, Barrett had a great game at Chatard last year. Over almost 400 yards, 2 touchdowns. He did also have 2 interceptions, but with almost 400 yards, I think that kind of cancels out.
Yeah, he's been really good. He was good against him last year. Just haven't really seen that so far tonight. He's running out of time to show the flashes of this number 2 guy. But if he airs it one out here, scores this drive, it's not over, but times are getting desperate.
But there's another handoff to Neely. They might try to shy away from the pass with the 3 interceptions, but the fourth quarter down 3 possessions, that's not a time you can shy away from the pass.
You don't win games late in the fourth quarter down 3 scores by running the rock. I know you got to throw the ball, and you may not trust, your QB back there, but you got to do something other than just running up the gut.
As you can see, they're lined up all tight, looking like it's a run formation. Oh, but there's a jump early from Chatard. That's gonna give the Broncos about a 3rd and 1, make it very close.
That's one thing he has done very well is his hard count tonight. That's the second one this half where he's drawn him off.
Maybe he's using your Andrew Luck cadence.
I could see him as a, maybe a white 80 Andrew Luck guy. I could also see him, switching it up with like a pink 12.
Keep pink 12. That's a new one. As there's another run, and he looks like he's going to be short. He lost 2 yards, a yard. That's just not what you need on 3rd and 1. Like, you're going to pick your go-to run play, get a yard, and you lose 3.
I really don't like this punt team coming out here. I mean, I know you're deep in your own territory, but like it is do or die. Chatard's been running the ball. They've been, milking the clock. I just don't love this play here from Jeff.
Yeah, and with the punt, like I said, if the Trojans come back and score, warm up the buses. I mean, for Chatard at least. I mean, and the punt went distance, but not very good spin. But it bounced very well,
Great punt.
actually. Be around the 27, 26.
Yeah, that's a great punt there, but you've got to rely on this defense who struggled a little bit tonight.
And that's not the type of spin you look for a punt. He kind of almost had a spiral. Could have been a great pass, honestly. As the Chatard offense, I mean, heads out, ready to hopefully score again, add some insurance.
You know, if they score here, they're gonna have one heck of a bus ride back up towards Indy, or
Yeah,
up or down. I don't really know.
we're not from around these parts, I can't lie. But there's a handoff to Adams. Powers for 2 yards. Do you think with the 3-score lead, they're going to go heavy run, try to milk the clock?
Oh yeah, they're gonna try and run Adams. You know, give him up the gut a little bit. Just drain as much clock as possible. Because even if you know punt here, you're still getting them 8 minutes to come back 3 scores.
I I honestly completely agree. I mean, if a stalled out drive isn't the worst, I mean, obviously you don't ever want to drive to stall out and punt, but if that came to it for Chatard, I don't think it'd be the worst thing. As there was a man in the backfield, but Adams made a miss and got 3 yards, about make it a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4.
It's so impressive how quick and shifty he is with those feet. Like that is some high level football from the
I
running
mean,
back.
like we said, 5'5", 170. That's a little guy, honestly, which is crazy for me saying I'm not no big guy myself. I'm only about 5'8". I've been little my whole life, and he's little to me, but he can move. He's hard to take down.
You know, I don't see him playing at like a bigger university because of his size, but man, that is some really quick skills that some universities probably shouldn't pass up.
He's probably great at the passing game, as we've seen in screen passes, and he just gets the first down right there. You know, um, people from around here in Lafayette might not know this name, but he really reminds me of a guy from Fort Wayne, from where we watch football, like Nate Starks.
You know,
Little
just a
undersized running back.
smaller, undersized guy. You know, he's a powerful runner, you know, quick runner at the same time, and is really useful and versatile to this offense.
And Nate Starks is at Indiana Wesleyan College, I believe, playing some safety for them.
Yeah, at that, you know, 5'5", you can play some defense and really succeed in that safety role.
Right. And there's a pass to Odom to number 3 there. That's a great catch. A little run from Sam Comill. That's just a quick, easy pass. Nothing, no worry about there. Getting things done. And I'd like to say Odom's had a really nice night.
Yeah, I think this whole, you know, Chatard offense has just had a really good night. We've seen that, but like it's really coming alive here. They're passing well, running the ball really well. It's just a great night for them, but you switch it over to the defensive side, you know, Jeff has really got to work on not how they wanted to start their season, especially playing down a class. They have some things to clean up.
As there's Adams again shifting around. I'd like to say, I want to say this. I think he's too fast for this Jeff defense. This Jeff defense seems slow. They've had sparks of energy with the big hits, but then after that, they kind of fizzle out again. There's no fire. They're not playing hard. And I've seen even the Chatard defense, they're hitting hard even when they're up 3 scores. Could just make this playing tackle, but they're hitting hard, getting the plays done.
Yeah, you can kind of see how like the life of this Jeff defense, it's just been sucked out. They're playing flat football, and you can tell from up here a little bit.
But there's Odom with another quick pass, and there's a first down again. I mean, nothing really, no one can stop anybody on this Chatard offense. They're quick, they're fast, and they just all do their job well.
Yeah, they all execute for the guy next to him. They've got a real energy around them. They're playing good football, and they're going to be scary to look out for 4A. Like up in Fort Wayne, Bishop Dwenger, they just won state. Up in 4A, this is going to be a team that they're going to have to look out for up there.
I really think, I do know Bishop just won state, like you said. From what I've seen, this team could
definitely beat Bishop. As there's a great run from Adams as he's shifting around. Oh my goodness, cutting end to end, and that's gonna be another touchdown for Adams. That was an insane run. Oh, but there is a flag near the goal line. That'd be a shame if they take this touchdown away from Adams. That was one of the best runs I've seen, not just high school football ever. As you see, he cuts in and makes that man just wow.
That's the type of play you're on College Football 25. You got free, Quinshon Judkins with the spin move. That is that play that you get. It's the joystick. It's almost as if you were controlling him with that joystick.
You know,
and that was impressive.
You say the joystick, he's like a human joystick. He just goes wherever he wants. No slowing down for him.
That's probably the greatest run I've seen in person at any level.
I agree. But that flag is on the Trojans, but they still have great field position, excuse me, nonetheless. As maybe they can still get Adams that second touchdown of the night.
Even worst case, you drain a little bit more clock and you put the icing on the cake with a score right here.
Well, there he is back again. Adams powering. Gosh, he is a little guy, but he runs powerful. I love the way this guy plays.
You just look at that guy and he is a dog at football.
You want to know a comparison it really reminds me of kind of?
I would love to.
Ashton Genty, a little undersized running back, runs hard, is shifty. I think that's a great comparison.
I think with that last big run that we saw, I saw Ashton Genty, in him right there. They both wear number 4 too, I believe.
I think Genty does wear 4 for the Raiders. So there's Adams again. I think they're really trying to get him this touchdown after what he deserves from that great run. But this is going to be about a 3rd and 1.
Feed the man his rock, get him his touchdown. That'll be 3 for Haynes, 2 for Adams. You can't really complain there because that's also 3 for Odom. That is a heck of a start to a season for Chatard.
No interceptions for Odom as well. He's really kept the ball out of harm's way, I feel like. I mean, he had that one PBU in the back corner, the end zone, but I wouldn't say it was an interceptable ball.
And they've really only had one bad drive where they had to punt at the end of that first half. Like every drive, they've been productive.
I completely agree. As there's Adams again, and that's an Adams touchdown. Number 2 for Adams. Look at the man celebrate. As I have no words. I was really expecting a really back and forth game with a number 4 and 5, a number 2 and 4A. I thought it was going to be a punchy game. But Bishop Chatard is just kind of taking this game and ran with it.
Yeah, they punched first on that first drive, and they really never looked back. Like, this is impressive football from 4A. I think this Chatard team could compete with some of these 6A teams in Indiana. A lot of powerful teams. This is a really, really good football team, and they got a great season ahead of them.
I'm lost for words. I really thought this was going to be a game, but it's Jeff's kind of been shut out at home. This is going to be their first loss at home in 2 seasons.
Yeah, they're 10-0. They haven't lost here. That was 2024 was their last loss. Brownsburg in 6A, they've won 2 state titles since their last loss here at home. And that's just not how you want to start a season for Jeff. There was a couple bright plays. You had the great pancake block, a couple of really long distance throws from Barrett, but it's just been one-sided, not how you want to start a season for one, and exactly how you drew it up for Chatard. So it'll be interesting to see how both of these teams progress.
You mentioned Brownsburg in 6A, and I've seen a lot of things about this Carroll High School having a great football team and maybe making a run at state this year. And I just want to upgrade you the score. They're in the 3rd quarter, up 40-14 to Hamilton Southeastern, who was the number 4 team coming into the Class of 6A this year. And Carroll at number 10 is kind of making this a not even close game.
Yeah, there was a little concern about losing some of that production up front on that offensive line, but that Carroll team up north, they could be a really good team. HSE's always been good in Indiana, um, but you switch back over here and you kind of resemble like Chatard, that blowout. It's kind of similar in ways, like just
I
dominant.
I completely agree. I we're gonna be able to get a chance with Crossroads here to watch a lot of high school football, and I'm very excited to see it outfold down the stretch in the playoffs and how teams go win state. As there's just another ugly play for Lafayette Jeff. Nothing's really going their way. That was a screen pass, easy, and it wasn't even complete.
I think here you just got to play a little bit into next week. You got to not look at the scoreboard. You work on your plays, that you've been installing all summer. You just got to dial something down so you're going into next week with a clearer slate than this. I know this one's still going to sting, but you got to reset the week a little bit.
As there's another short pass for probably 2 yards. In a situation like this, you know the game's out of reach. Do you try to work on like the plays you install that you need to know down, your bread and butter plays, or would you try to work on something more like your okay, long distance, we want him to start throwing the ball, getting open plays?
I think you just got to, hammer out all the kinks in those bread and butter plays so that they're really, bread and butter. I haven't seen the butter today. It's only just been the bread.
Only just been the bread. That's a great way to put it. It's been very dry. I mean, like bread would be without any butter, just very dry and nothing really to pop for this for the Broncos offense. Like
Yeah, very stagnant. Um,
maybe even stale bread.
yeah, yeah, it's like hardtack a little bit, like that you get on a that they would give, on a Navy destroyer.
Whatever that means. It's kind of like the butt of the bread almost. Is that a better way to put it?
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, let's not go with your terrible reference. Whatever, it's a 3rd and 16. Let's see what the Broncos can do here. As there's another short pass that's incomplete. This Broncos offense has been I don't want to say anything too bad, but it's been bad.
There's definitely some things to work on as they head into next week. Both sides of the ball really got to clean up some of these mistakes. Got to give Barrett some more time. Um, there's some things that they're gonna be doing this week at practice. May not be fun, but they're gonna be necessary.
And I just want to point something out. Um, I notice Barrett. Not that it's my place, and I don't know how Barrett is outside of like just this game, but I watched him walk to the sideline, take his helmet off, sit on the bench. He's with his offense, but I don't see him really leading. I mean, I understand he's had a bad game, and I'm watching him in the fourth quarter, very late into this bad game. But I want to see guys talking to their wide receivers, talking to their offensive line, working as one. If that, like, as a team, still.
You kind of see that just with the mentality of the whole team. Like you've got a bunch of guys on the defense. They're just out there going through the motions. You got guys on the sidelines, may not have played a ton, but their heads are still down. I need to see a guy, patting each other on the back. Come on, guys, we got him next week. We got him next week. Being that guy, locker room, charisma.
I completely agree. As we have a backup quarterback in, we got number 10 in. That looks like Graham Walters, as he's a junior, 6 foot, 162. We are in garbage time officially.
Get him some good reps. Maybe just be handing off the ball, maybe a quick screen pass here, but any reps are valuable reps, especially varsity football.
Well, maybe see what he can do because we know Odom's a senior and he's only a junior, so maybe he get him ready for next year. Have another great looking like going to be a great year for the Trojans. Have another one on top of that.
Yeah, definitely all about development. Get the young guys in, get the upperclassmen some reps for next year.
And there's a run. It looks like number 7. Let's see. Number 7, Owen Cox, senior. Looks like he's getting in to run some plays. As we got a 3rd and about 12 for the Trojans. As we're approaching the 2-minute warning.
Got to give props to this Jefferson crowd for sticking around. There's still a very decent student section right beneath us here. You know, band's still playing. They're having a good time. Everybody's just here, you know, supporting their team, even though it's not a great week for them. But you got to give props to them for sticking around and, you know, showing their team some support.
I completely agree. You know, we were even having a conversation on the drive here. Well, there's a great run. But we were even having a conversation on the way here. Our school of Carroll High School, I'll be honest, has a terrible student section. The students don't seem to care about the football game. They kind of just like the atmosphere of the football game instead of actually cheering on, going for their school. And I like to see places like Lafayette Jeff here, who's down 4 scores, but they're still band playing. You know, there's still students here, and it just still seems like a great environment.
That's kind of what high school football, you know, it hasn't gone away, but like the culture of high school sports has, you know, kind of diminished a little bit. But it's nice to see everybody supporting each other, supporting their school and their town. Um, Even though, like we said, it's been a blowout, but it's just that supporting that like will help this Jeff team move into next week with, okay, we got our town still behind us. We got our fans, we got our students. We're gonna go into next week. It's a clean slate. We're gonna get back to even.
Oh, random flag just appeared on the field. I am gonna ask you in this little dead time here. I don't fully remember what is the score threshold for a running clock.
I believe it is 35.
Up 35.
Up 35.
Okay. Well, we only have about a minute left here in this. I'm gonna be real honest. Bad game for the Broncos. I mean, we've covered it plenty, but there's not much good say. I mean, Barrett's had a couple good passes to Young and Thomas, I believe. And Neely's had 1 or 2 maybe good runs, but they've just been slow and dry.
Yeah, we've kind of beat the dead horse, beat the dead Bronco, as some could say. Uh, you know, high school football, there's a lot of football to be played. You kind of get into a monotonous routine. Um, you know, this summer when there's only scrimmages and games, it's practice, practice, practice. But now you get into the game week routine. You get in Monday, you get to work Tuesday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You get into work, prep for that Friday. You know, it'll be a different adjustment for them coming into next week now that they've kind of tasted this loss. Um, and they'll definitely be a bit more fired up next week.
Right. And as you were saying that, I hate to point it out again, but that was just another screen short pass missed by Barrett. As there's a jet touch pass, that's actually kind of nice. Hey, he's running, and that's going to be about 25-yard gain for the Broncos. But I'm sorry, that's just not enough. Very late. Like, that's not going to solve it with 52 seconds left, down 4 scores.
Yeah, you just kind of got to get some plays in here. Even though they may not be the best plays, the longest plays, you just got to try and play for a little pride. They're gonna try and score here.
Yeah, there's another great play. But yet again, what I understand scoring for the scoreboard, the morale, but it's just not enough here. As there's another short pass, and there's a fumble, and the Trojans are going to land on this one, and it's just easy to call this game over.
That was definitely the cherry on top to a bad night. Even though it's late, fumble doesn't really matter in the scorecard. You know, you get that going, it gets ripped away from you. They just gotta, you know, keep their heads up high, uh, shake it off, and head into next week. But you flip over to Chatard. Man, this is an exciting football team.
Oh, dude, I'm excited. I'm going to keep track. I don't think we're going to be able to see any more Chatard football, but I'm going to keep track with the Chatard team 100% because they've actually excited me very well. And I'm excited to see what they do in the Class of 4A. I think they can compete with Dwanger. and make a state run. Honestly, this team is very impressive to me.
And like a Ron Colley, I think this team, it doesn't show, number 4 or whatever they are. I think this is, one of the best teams in 4A and one of the best teams in the state, really.
They're 2 and 4A, and I think they're showing. I mean, they're beating the former, what was it, 4 ranked in 5A. That's insane numbers to me, honestly.
Like you were saying earlier, you know, you look at the numbers, you look at the rankings alone, and you would expect, a kind of a battle. Jeff playing down to this Chatard 4A, but man, Chatard just took it right off the rip and never gave it back.
And there's some flags flying in. And just to fill this time, as we covered earlier, the Carroll football team, I mean, playing a 4 ranked, I said, HSC, and number 10 ranked Carroll, with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter, is up 47 now. 47 to 14. That's just, scores are insane.
A top 10 matchup being that much of a blowout, like even here, both top 5 teams, you usually don't see these top 5 teams get lopsided. Like even in college football, you're gonna see, number 1 Oregon or number 1 Ohio State play Oregon, and it's gonna be a close game. You're gonna see, these top 10 teams, even if it's down a little bit, they're always competitive. And we just haven't seen that tonight.
I completely agree. I mean, Jeff's not really giving me any reason to think last year they were a top 10 team even in 5A. As there's our final 35 Chatard and 7 Lafayette Jeff. And we want to thank you here on the Crossroads Sports Network for this great game. Thank you for watching. I'm Carson Falk. I was joined by Sean Mitchell. Great game. What do we have next? We have West Lafayette at McCutcheon next week, and we will see you then. Thank you.